Welcome in the video lecture series of operating system. Myself Avdesh Dixit from IET, Dr. Ramano Lohiya University Ayodhya. Now today I am going to discuss deadlock detection through resource request graph. Now here are two resource request graph. In every graph there are some nodes and some edges. Now look here, there are two kinds of nodes. First is in the form of circle and second is in form of the rectangle. Now the node which have shaped circle are representing a process. And the node of rectangular shape representing a resource. And if there is a single dot, here it represents that there is a single instance of resource. For example, a CPU, a monitor, there are single instance of a resource. But a file resource can have a multi-instance resource. There can be more than one files in the system. Then this process and resource, both are the node in this resource request graph. And now there are two types of edges. First edge is from resource to process. Here it means the process holds the resource, and this resource is assigned to the process. Means it is assigned edge. It is what? It is assigned edge. That means a process holds the resource, or resource is assigned to a particular process. Now there are another kind of resource edges, and which are from process to resource. Here it means this edge, this process is requesting the resource. Means it is a request edge. So there are two types of edge. First is a assign edge and second is a request edge. Now we will try to understand if either these two graphs are in deadlock or not. So first of all, we will just examine if there are any cycle or not. Here in this graph, now here process P3 is requesting to resource R2, process P3 is requesting to resource R1. Now resource R2 is holded by the process P2, that is assigned to the P2, and resource R1 is assigned to the P1. And if we move from anywhere, from P3 to R2, from R2 to P2, but there is no any cycle. Visually we can say there is no cycle. But how can we prove it? So for proving it, we will test it by using some principles. Now look here, there are three processes: process P1, process P2 and process P3. And now look here, allocations. And request. We will make it allocation in the request chart. Now first of all, look here, there are two resource. First is R1, second is R2. First is R1 and second is R2. This is the process. Now look here. First of all, from P1, here P1 has assigned any resource or not? Yes, P1 is assigned resource R1. Now look here, P1 is assigned resource R2 or not? No. So this is the P1's allocation status. Now look here, P1 is requesting any resource or not? No. P1 is not requesting any resource, then not R1, not R2. Similarly, we will make for P2. Look here, it is a P2. Here P2 is assigned a resource R2. Resource R2 is assigned to process P2. That means P2 is assigned resource R2. Now P2 is not linked with R1. That means 0. Now here P2 is not requesting any resource. Here it means it will be 0. It will be 0. Now again, look here, process P3. Process P3. Now process P3 is not assigned for any resource. That means process P3, look here, process P3 is not assigned to any resource, but it is requesting two resource R1 and R2. Requesting two resource R1 and R2. No. And now test the availability. What is availability? Availability for R1 and R2. Look here, this process resource R1 have a single instance. It is assigned to the P1, and it means there are no any other process is assigned to R1. Means R1 is also available 0. Look here, R2. Resource R2 is assigned to the process P2. There are single instance of R2. That means there are no any available instance of R2. Availability R1, R2. Now here we will match this availability that with the request of the process. That means which request it can fulfill. You are looking here, one request cannot be fulfilled right now. First of all, this availability we will start from P1, and the request for P1 is 0, 0. That means P1 is not requesting anything. Here it means now availability will meet the requirement of the P1. Means P1 will be executed, and after executing the P1, now these resource will be free. Resource R1 will be free. Now total availability will be what? Plus 1, 0. Means 1, 0. Because this one will be released after executing the process P1. Now again, availability is 1, 0. We will match to the next two. We will match to the next two, P2 and P3. P2 and P3. Now P2 request is 0, 0 and P3 request is 1, 1. 1, 1 will not fulfill the request. That means 1, 0 can only fulfill the request of the 0, 0. That means process P2 will be executed, and now 0, 1, this resource R2 assignment is released. That means now total availability is what? 0, 1, 1, 1. Right now process P1 executed, process P2 executed, and right now process P3, its request is 1, 1, availability is 1, 1. That means now this availability will meet the requirement of the process P3. That means P3 will be executed, and they are allocated resource will release, that means one will be lost. Resource, final resource are the one. Here it means all the process P1, P2, P3 have executed. That means system is not deadlock state. Now, look to the second resource allocation graph. Now, in the second resource allocation graph, we are looking, when we observe it, here process P1 is requesting to the resource R2, but R2 is assigned to the process P2. Process P2 is requesting to the resource R2, and R2 resource is holded by process P1, and R2 is also requesting a process P3. But here it is, now look here, from P1 to R1, R1 to P2, P2 to R2, R2 to P1. There is a clear-cut cycle. If there is a deadlock or not. But look here, we cannot decide the deadlock from this cycle only, because in single instance resource, if there is a cycle exists, then deadlock occurs. But in multi-instance, if there is a cycle, there are two conditions: deadlock may occur or deadlock may not occur. Then how we will find out if there is a deadlock or not? Again, we will examine as per the deadlock detection algorithm. We will make a resource request algorithm chart. Now, here, look here, there are again three processes: process P1, process P2, and process P3. And now we will make allocation and request and availability. Now, there are two resources, R1 and R2, R1 and R2, R1 and R2. Now, look here, process P1. Process P1 is assigned to the resource R1. Process P1 is requesting to R1. Process P1 is assigned to resource R2, not to R1. 0. Process P1 here assigned to resource R2 means R2 is holded by process P1, and it is not allocated to R1. Then allocation of R1 R2 is 0 1. And now process P1 requesting to R1, not requesting to the R2. Again, P2. Process P2 here assigned for resource R1. Here, process P2 is assigned to resource R1, and process P2 is not assigned to resource R2, that is a 0. Again, process P2 is requesting to R2. Here, process P2 is requesting to R2 and not requesting to R1, that is 0. Now, look here, P3. Process P3 is holding a resource of R2. Process P3 is holding a resource of R2, and process P3 is not linked with the R1. And now process P3 is not requesting anything. Not requesting anything. Now look here the availability. Look here availability of resource R1. R1 is a single instance and that is assigned to the process P2. That means availability of R1 is 0. Look here. Now R2. R2 have a 2 instance. One is assigned to the P1, another is assigned to the P3. That means there is no any available. Then availability is a 0. Now we will compare this availability to the resource and we will find for which resource it is best suitable. That means which resource request is fulfilled by this availability. Now we will see the P1 request is not fulfilled, P2 request cannot fulfill, P3 request can it fulfill. Then now available R1, R2, 0, 0. Now P3 request can be fulfilled by this availability, then P3 will execute. After executing the P3, now resource R2, one instance will be released. Then total instance is 0 plus 1, 0 and 1, 0, 0. Now latest availability is 0, 1. And now we will compare that among the rest of the process requests, which request is fulfilled by this availability. Now 0, 1, 0, 1 is a request of the process P2. Now process P2 will execute and get terminated. And the resource R1 will be released. Now R1 is 1 and 0. Latest availability is what? 1, 1. 1, 1. Availability is 1, 1. Now again we will match this 1, 1. Now this 1, 1 is availability, and now process P1 request can be fulfilled by this 1, 1, but it means P1 can execute easily. So all the process P3, P2 and then P1 can be executed in the order of P3, P2, P1. That means it is always in safe sequence and no any deadlock is there. Although there is a cycle, look here. Then always remember, if there is single instance, then and if cycle exists, then deadlock will occur. But if there are multiple instances and if cycle exists, there are two conditions. There may be deadlock, there may not be deadlock. And that we will testify that. Then this is all about this lecture. In the next video lecture, I will tell you about a detailed and big example about the deadlock. Thank you for listening.